Welcome back to the channel, guys. Tonight we're going to end up making some deer burgers with bacon, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. I do it the easy way. With it being wintertime, stuff like that, we're going to cook it all inside. So I use the George Foreman, which is a full size. I take and I cut my bacon up into slices, and I'll end up putting some bacon on the George Foreman, so that way once it cooks the bacon, the grease and stuff that the bacon puts off, when you put your deer hamburgers on there, it's just going to end up tasting more like bacon. It's going to have a real good flavor to it. We've already got our bacon chopped up right here in the bowl. I like just pulling mine into some larger sections, larger pieces like that right there, so that way I'll end up mixing it in with my grind. And I'm going to go ahead and get it right now. That's the bacon that I have left out of a pack that I don't end up using. And what I like to do is I just kind of like to fry it on there, so that way it gives it a little bit more of a bacon taste. Get my deer meat ready, and I like going ahead and squeezing my deer meat to get that extra little blood out of it. Got it right here. We're gonna put it in there. We're gonna take us a fork and we're just kind of gonna break all the deer meat up. We're gonna use this fork to kind of mix it together as well. Kind of break it up like that right there. We're just breaking it all up. Fix us a little supper. Use it like that right there. What I like adding in there with it, it's actually a heat rub, but when you put it in that deer meat like that, it gives it a real good sweet, like a spicy flavor that I like. Normally on a size, you just want to cover the top of your meat is what you want to do. So when I got it laid out like that right there, I just take and sprinkle it on top of it. So that way it covers it. Just a little bit of seasoning cover like that. You can be the judge for yourself, because that's what I'm doing, is just judging it a little bit of how much I normally put in it. If you wanted to get real down to the nitty-gritty, then it would probably end up being, I believe it would still have the same taste if you was to do like 5 tablespoons worth, just to kind of sprinkle it over the top of it. And kind of take and mix that in. Round about. Make sure it covers all of it. So I'm going to mix it again with my favorite spoon. We're going to throw our bacon in there on it. It's chopped up. Give her a little mix. And then we're going to take and we're going to add some brown sugar. Check our bacon. Oh yeah. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pull this off. We're gonna put bacon in the burgers, and we're gonna put bacon on top of burgers. At least I am. These George Foreman's like this right here. It is the best way. Let me stick it right there.
Easy cleanup.
Easy cleanup, exactly. I got a little bit of grease on that knife, so I'm gonna use my clean knife. On your brown sugar and everything, it'd be like less than a third. You just kind of want to give it a good little, about a third of a cup. Cut my hole a little bit bigger. The way it'll come out with me. Put them clumps like that right there. Should be fine. So that being a full bag, yeah, probably a little less than a third of a cup. So you can just sprinkle in on top of there. You can see how much I actually put in it. Now we're gonna try this like that, but normally we're just going to get down and dirty with it. Stick that wooden spoon in there and mix it up real good.
If you don't stick your hands in it, you're not Southern.
Yeah, I guess so. My hands, it was clean. I did wash them before I started all this. But with your brown sugar and everything, it's going to get wet. Or it's going to become a liquid once you put it on the heat. Just want to get good in there. It takes just a minute to get all of it mixed up. Y'all be just a little patient with me. And most of the time, I mean, some people could see this and be like, well, why didn't you just get it ground up in with your grind when you process it and stuff like that? Well, I do. I use pork belly fat, something like that, every 5 pounds, 3 pounds of pork fat when I do a grind on one. But once you cook it out and stuff like that, you can't taste no bacon in it. So what I like doing is going back and just adding a little bit more. And normally the size patties that I make, 1 pound versus the bacon and everything that I put in there, ends up making anywhere from probably 6, 7, 8 patties at the most, depending on how thick that you like them. And then you really do get that good bacon taste because you've got that piece of bacon in there. Once you bite into it, you can see that it's got bacon in it. You'll notice when you're mixing, once you've got it mixed good enough, because it leaves like a film on your hand from the fat and the stuff that you put in it, the brown sugar, the bacon. I mean, everything's just getting in there to good, so that way you can actually make a good patty. You can see it starting to stick. It's all sticking together, and that's how you can make a good patty, because everything's got mixed up in there with it. With that right there being mixed up, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start making my patties. Grab us just a little bit of meat, probably about the bottom of your handful. Take them dudes I kind of like making a ball with it, like that right there, the palm of my hand. And then I'll pat them around, pat them on the outside, shake my burger, and there's my patty. And you can see that the bacon and stuff is right there in it. So you're getting a little bit of both worlds. Lay it on there. Go ahead and start me another one. Like I said, I like getting pretty decent sized meat, palm of my hand like that. Kind of roll it and make me a ball. And then take and tap it on the ends. Flatten her out. Y'all can try this. See what you think about it. That's what I like adding in it. This is the way that I like doing it. And then when I get them cooked up, I'll take and put that bacon that I cooked on there beforehand, and I'll double up on it. So I can keep my wife from eating all of it before I get to that point. And you can stretch these. I mean, I'm gonna have 4 on there. And they ain't but 4 of us in the household. And that 1 pound right there with my bacon and everything, I'm gonna end up having about 6 or 7 patties. We'll heat that thing shut. We'll let them cook for just a minute. Let the light turn green. We're waiting on the green light. Green light. We still got them in there cooking and everything. Midways, I like to take a little bit of this, the brown sugar bourbon, the seasoning. Kind of take and rock my top a little bit. Lift them up. Take my season and just kind of sprinkle a little bit on the top of them. Not much. Sprinkle a little bit on there. And then ease that dude back down. We're going to let them cook until we got the green light on there. And we're going to give them a flip. We got the green light on here. It's ready for them to about flip. What I take, some people say, well, I don't think you had to flip them, but I do. I run them on another heat cycle. Gonna turn them a little sideways. That way I cook a different part. Take a little bit of my seasoning in. Sprinkle it on the other side. And let them go back to doing it again. Alright, we've got them done. We've got a green light come on again. I'm gonna take, double check, give them a flip around. It looks pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and get everything ready. We're gonna let them simmer a little bit on that side right there. Won't take but just a second. I like to leave them on there a little bit longer because they got the bacon and stuff in them. End up cooking all the way through. We got them brown on that side. As thick as I make the patties, I'll show you. As thick as I make them. Just what I kind of like to do to make sure that I covered everything. Is I'll take my knife, sample one. Put your little cut in it. And you can see to where it's cooked all the way through.
We're good to go.
So my bacon and everything is cooked through there. Take and put your little cheese on it. Or if you don't like cheese, you ain't gotta put cheese on it while they still warm. You can dress them however you want them. But that right there is how I fix them. You can try this little recipe. Use the same thing. See what you think about them. See if you like how they taste. We got her all dressed up. Got my bacon and stuff on there. We're gonna do a little taste test. It's still hot, but hold on a minute. Let me give you a real good, honest answer. So if you cook it exactly like I did, then I do believe that you're gonna like it. For one. And I will say that maybe you're gonna end up doing it again. I know you'll end up cooking them again, because that right there is just about as good as it's gonna get. Now try it. Hit that button at the end of this video, because if you watched it and you seen me how to do this and you fix it yourself, I mean, come on guys, it's worth subscribing to. I mean, you're like, this redneck knows how to cook. So we're gonna have to subscribe to him, so that way every time he makes a video, we're gonna see what he's doing. Appreciate you watching. We'll check you out on the next one.